As medical students, you will come across various units of measurement. For example, blood glucose levels are usually mentioned as either millimoles per liter or milligram per deciliter. Let's start with this milligrams per deciliter. This is the simplest unit, which says how much is the weight of the substance. Here it is 100 milligram of glucose dissolved in deciliter refers to 1/10 of a liter, that is 100 ml of plasma. So this is the simplest unit, milligrams per deciliter. What is the molar unit? 1 mole of any substance equals Avogadro number of molecules, that is 6 into 10 power 23 molecules that constitute 1 mole. How to convert mole into milligrams? We just have to express it in its molecular weight in grams. So glucose molecular weight is 180. 180 grams of glucose is 1 mole, and we dissolve it in 1 liter of water. It gives 1 molar solution. 180 grams per liter is 1 molar solution of glucose, and we are interested in only in very small concentration of glucose, so we multiply both the side with 10 power minus 3 and we express this in millimoles. So 1 millimole of glucose solution will contain 0.180 grams per liter of solution. So this is 1 millimolar solution of glucose. Now we want to find out how much is the millimoles in 100 milligram per deciliter. So this is the unit. Let's convert this also into gram per liter. So we multiply both sides by 10. So that gives us 1000 milligrams per 1000 ml. So that gives rise to 1 gram per liter. So 1 gram per liter is the concentration, same as 100 milligram per deciliter. Now we are going to find out how much is the millimoles. For that we have to just simply divide it by 0.180. So 1 divided by 0.180, that gives us 5.5, and this is the number of millimoles of glucose in the given solution. So for any substance, we have to write its molecular weight in grams. Dissolved in 1 liter of a solution is the 1 molar concentration of the solution, and we multiply it by 10 power minus 3 the weight, then we get the 1 millimole concentration of the particular substance. The next unit we are going to discuss is the percentage solution. This is used usually in the IV fluids. What does this percentage concentration means? 0.9% saline solution refers to 0.9 grams of sodium chloride dissolved in 100 ml of water. Why it is said as 0.9%? Because 100 ml of water actually weighs 100 grams. So 1 by 100 is percentage, so 0.9 percentage, and the gram goes away, so it is simply expressed as 0.9 percentage solution. And for any substance for that matter, if you want to calculate how much is the 1% calcium chloride solution, so how it is prepared? It is prepared by dissolving 1 gram of calcium chloride in 100 ml of water. This is the percentage solution. The third unit we are going to discuss is milliosmoles. What is osmoles and milliosmoles? This is used whenever we want to calculate the osmolar strength of a given solution. Here we are not interested in the molar mass. Here we are actually interested in the number of particles, the molecule which will dissociate in a given solution. For example, 1 millimole of glucose, as we discussed in the previous example, contains 1 milliosmoles of osmolar strength. This is same because it does not dissociate into multiple particles. If we give the same 1 millimole of sodium chloride as a concentration, it will have 1 into number of particles it dissociates. Sodium chloride dissociates into 2 particles, so 1 into 2, it will have 2 milliosmole or strength. Let's take 1 millimole of calcium chloride, then it will have dissociates into 3 particles, so 1 millimole into 3, it will give rise to 3 milliosmole strength. So this is the conversion between millimoles and milliosmoles. Here we are interested in the number of particles. That's because to understand the osmotic strength of a given solution, we are interested in number of particles rather than the molecule as a whole. Mole into number of particles to get the osmolar strength. So the next unit we are going to discuss is the milliequivalence. Milliequivalence is used whenever there is an ionized particle which is going to take part in a reaction, and we want to know how much is the amount of electrons which can donate or accept. To understand that, we have to convert from millimole, we have to multiply it with valency of the particular ion. We have to multiply the moles with the valency to get the milli equivalence. So here it is potassium. So potassium, if it is 4 millimoles of potassium, then the valency of potassium is 1, so we get 4 milli equivalents of potassium. If we have, let's take solution which has 4 millimoles of potassium chloride and 4 millimoles of calcium chloride. So we have to find out how much milli equivalents of chloride is in the given solution. So for that we have to multiply 4 into 1, that is 4 millimoles of chloride, which has the valency of 1, that gives rise to 4 milli equivalents. In the second chemical, 4 into 2, so it has 8 millimoles of chloride into 1, that gives rise to 8. So totally we have 12 milli equivalents in this given solution. So this is how we convert millimoles to milli equivalents. The next unit we are going to discuss is the international unit. This is an arbitrary unit, and the conversion from international unit to milligram or the gram differs between the molecules. Each molecule have its own conversion and it is accepted by the international community. And for example, 40 international unit of vitamin D3 corresponds to 1 microgram. So this is conversion for particular vitamin D3, which will have this vitamin D effect. We are actually interested in the potency of the molecule to cause a particular physiologic effect, and we can compare different strength of a substances which will have similar effect using this international unit scale. Thank you.